Okay, I think I've started streaming. Let's do the audio check as usual. Let's do the audio check as usual. Let's do the audio check. Excellent. I hear myself talking just on time. I hear myself talking. I hear the echo too. Hang on. Okay, there you go. Much better. All right, cool, awesome. So let's go ahead and put the cheating gloves on. If anybody doesn't know what cheating gloves are, it's this stuff. All right, so here we go. Okay, smiling days. Hello, Smile. How's it going? Hi, hi, hi. How's it going? Welcome in. Hopefully, you had a wonderful weekend. We are just getting started. I haven't done anything yet. I checked my audio and now I'm putting on cheating gloves. If you don't know what cheating gloves are, it's this stuff. Cheating gloves. Happy Sunday to you. Thank you, Smiling. And I got first. Yes, you are the first chatter. Normally, I think one of the mods is the first chatter, but today you are the first chatter. So welcome in. You're doing good. Excellent. Glad to hear. Actually, let me hop up here for a moment. So, but yeah, let's see. I did not realize that I had passed my 3-year Streamiversary like a month ago, maybe a month and a half ago. And then I was like, wait, isn't it my 3-year affiliate anniversary? And then I checked and I'm like, oh yeah. So I was like, I should probably do that. Mike 2600, welcome in. How's it going? It says, hi everybody, Nam here. Today we're doing magic with playing cards. Oh yeah, happy 3rd-year anniversary. Thank you, Smiling Days, and welcome in, Mike. How's it going? Yeah, so what Mike just repeated was my intro for basically all of my magic tricks on YouTube. So, welcome in, Mike. How's it going? Chan the Magic Man, welcome in. How are you doing? Oh, it looks like it does not look like that StreamerSonglist is connected. Hang on, let me go ahead and fix that. I might have to log it. Oh yeah, I didn't have it logged in for some reason. That's the first thing. And then let me see here. Bot commit settings. All right, let's disconnect, reconnect. But welcome in, Chan the Magic Man. How's it going? All right, let's see. Okay, there it is. Gibson Lens, welcome in, Bert. I'm here for now. Probably gonna focus on Street Fighter 6. It top 8.5 an hour. Awesome, cool, no problem. Totally understand. All right, excellent. Okay, yeah, thanks for pinning everything, Chen the Magic Man. So we have our trick list is open if anybody would like to request any tricks. I have my trick list pinned up in chat. Thanks, Chan. Count SC, welcome in. How's it going, Count SC? Happy anniversary. Thank you. Yes, I I didn't realize, but I had passed my 3-year Streamiversary, which was like a month ago, and then I think I just hit my affiliate anniversary like a few days ago. So I was like, oh, I should probably mention something. um, Congrats on 3. Thanks, Count SC. Let's see. Mike 2600 has requested One-Eyed Jack sandwich. Thanks for the request, Mike. Actually, while we're here, let's get everybody a shout out. Guys, you're not following our friend Smiling Days. Please give Smiling Days a follow. Smiling Days, video gamer, also a strong support of the Twitch Magic community. So definitely give Smiling Days a follow. Guys, you're not following our friend and mod Chan the Magic Man. Please give Chan the Magic Man a follow. Chan the Magic Man, one of the other few magicians on Twitch that has a regular magic schedule. Definitely give him a follow. Catch him on Monday nights for Magic Mondays. Guys are not following our friend and mod Gibson Lens. Please give Gibson Lens a follow. Gibson Lens is pianist, has composed a bunch of his own originals, has released his first album actually I should probably say like a bunch of months ago now because it's more than a few months. But also Gibson Lens has been watching a bunch of movies and reviewing them. So Charlie's Beats, welcome in. How's it going? Guys are not following our friend Charlie's Beats. Charlie's Beats may one day stream again, but for now he is to me a Twitch music famous chatter, and so there we go. Also, Charlie's Beats is the signer of the current Ace of Spades, so that's what I know for sure. Thanks for the emotes. And Count SC, how's it going? Count SC, are you a streamer? I wasn't sure. Let us know. And then let's see here. And then also, guys, if you're not following our friend Mike2600, Mike2600 to follow. Mike2600 is a DJ, is also a magician. He has been known to do magic on Twitch, but is normally doing DJ stuff if he streams. So, let's see here. Count SC says, no streams for me, though I've drawn for some. Excellent. Gibson Lens says, no movie reviews tomorrow because Gibson Lens will be watching the third installment of Lord of the Rings, so Return of the King, with his coworkers, and so yeah, that is what Gibson Lens will be up to tomorrow. All right, cool. And then let me know if I missed anybody. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and get crack-a-lackin'. So Mike2600, great pick, One-Eyed Jack Sandwich. I don't know if you're familiar with this one, but I started adding this one to my walk around when I would randomly do tricks to people. E-Room, welcome in. How's it going? How you doing, E-Room? Thanks for the bang. Actually, before we get started, let's go ahead and give E-Room a shout out. Guys, you're not following our friend E-Room. E-Room is known as the Pope of Indiana, but does variety streams and will stream in real life things, we'll stream community games, we'll stream opening Kinder eggs to collect things. And so definitely give E-Room a follow if you're not already. Mike2600 says, I am indeed. Haven't done it in a while though. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's my like one of my new, because it's like so fast, right? So here we go. I have the two One-Eyed Jacks, and the two One-Eyed Jacks are going to be doing something really interesting for us. And actually how I will handle this out in the wild is I would actually have them first select a card. Actually, Mike2600, you signed a card, right? I'm pretty sure you have. Let me just find it. Here, you've signed the two of clubs. So what I would have them do is I would actually have them select a card, pull it out. They could sign it. I pull out the One-Eyed Jacks or Jokers, depending whatever. And then I tell them, hey, you know what? We're going to go ahead and place a card in between the two One-Eyed Jacks. But we're not going to take a look at it because ultimately it doesn't matter. All you need to know is that it's not this card that you are currently holding in your hand. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut the One-Eyed Jacks into the deck like so. Important thing you just have to know is that it is not currently near the top or anything. But now I would have them hand the card back to me, and I would say, all right, well, so here you have signed the two of clubs. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this into the deck. Those two One-Eyed Jacks are really good at finding cards from the future. I don't know if you can tell, but they have gone into the future, grabbed your signed card, and then placed it in between themselves in the past. So that was the card that we had initially put, which it couldn't have possibly have been your card that you signed because you were still holding onto it, right, when we placed that card in there. And so let me just go ahead and just spread, and we still have one card in between our two One-Eyed Jacks. Sorry, One-Eyed Jacks. Did I call them Jokers earlier? I'm sorry. I meant to say One-Eyed Jacks. But now, if we take a look and I show you, it is indeed your signed two of clubs. Mike2600, thank you kindly. Thank you kindly for that request. Hopefully you enjoyed my presentation, Mike. And feel free to use that presentation if you would like. I know you and I have different like magic styles, but that's how I do it. So there you go. All right, let's see here. Oh, next up we have a trick requested by Smiling Days. All right. Oh yeah, let me catch up with chat really quick here. Let's see here. Nice request. I see this is that. Thank you kindly for the emotes and the claps. Countess C, Mike 2600, E-Room for the nice. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Thank you for the clap, smiling, Chan. Mike 2600 says, I like that one. Different than how I present it, but the mechanics are the same. Good one. Yeah. So I think mechanically, because the trick is so, it's relatively short, right? There isn't like too much going on. But I mean, at this point, it's all in presentation. Like we're dealing with like simple magic tricks to us, but it's like, it's different even if you and I do the same trick because we present it different. So, yeah. Smiling Day says, yes, that's me. Aloha. All right, excellent. Funny story. I was in chat the other day and I said aloha to say hello to people in chat, and they're like, "Are you Hawaiian?" And I'm like, "No, like, can only Hawaiians use aloha?" So I was like, "Okay." All right, let me get ready for the 4-card trick. Let's see here. 4-card trick. All right. Okay. All right, and this was requested by Smiling Days. All right, Smiling Days, thanks for the request. And here, oh, let me move this a little bit. So I did reorganize some stuff, but now I have sprawled, and so I have a lot more stuff. All right, so here we have 4 cards. It would be tough to do a 4-card trick without 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. There's something I want to tell you about these cards, though. These are not regular cards. These are actually all blank cards. So if I show you there, 1, 2, 3, 4 blank cards. Now, I want you to imagine a card. I just want you to imagine it. And I just want you to imagine it being drawn on the front of one of these cards. Okay, I'm going to generate a card that represents any card. And that will happen to be... That's not it. All right, we're going to start over. And we're surprisingly going to be putting this on the boss trick. Flaming Hells, how's it going? Welcome in. All right. New plan. All right. Smiling Days. I'm going to do this trick, and we're going to customize it just because I did not do it right the first time. Shh. Pretend you didn't see anything. Shh. So it's okay. But that's okay. You know what? You get the extra special benefit that this is going to be a personalized trick. Which, just hold on, I have to note that this is now a boss trick because I did not do a good job. Haha. Or see, to me, to you guys, maybe you didn't see that much, but that's okay. Okay, 4-card trick. All right, but okay. We're gonna change this a little bit. All right. I just have to make sure. All right, here we go. Okay. And then let me see here. Yes. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Don't tell me what it is yet, smiling. But I'm gonna have you think of a random word and a shape. So think of think of what you want to tell me, but don't tell me yet. Okay. So just keep it in your mind, and then we're going to go from there. Okay, but don't tell me yet. Let's see here. Okay, all right. Okay. First things first. We're gonna have to start this trick over. So, mulligan. All right, that's okay. There we go. Okay, ready? Here we go. All right, I have a Sharpie on screen because that's going to be important for this. Okay, so first things first, I have 4 cards. It'd be hard to do a trick without 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, however, these cards are all blank. And actually, if I show you, they are indeed all blank. Okay, all right, so smiling, if you could just tell me a word and a shape, I'm going to write that word and I will draw that shape right on this card. Okay, so go ahead and tell me what the word and the shape you want me to place on this card, and I will go ahead and put it right on there. This is also a good time. If you guys have not hydrated, please feel free to hydrate. Chan on top of the hydrate, thanks. Okay. Okay, Smiling Day says 7. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and do you want me to write the number 7 or write out the number 7? And then do you have a shape that you want me to draw? Here, I'll do this. I will write out the word 7. And then I will even put 7. And then anything else you want me to put? You want me to draw a shape down here? Yes? That's it. Oh, just this? I'm also going to put yes, that's it. Yes. That's it. Oh, of hearts? Oh, okay. All right, let me just draw the heart. Hold on. 7. Okay. All right. So now we've personalized this. There's no way I would have been able to know that we would have written 7 of hearts or write yes, that's it, which is your exact words from chat, right? And so perfect. All right, excellent. Okay, so here's what we are going to do. You can track this card right now because it is currently drawn on. We have words for it and everything, okay? And so I'm gonna go ahead and put that right into the middle of this packet. Now, importantly, you'll be able to see it when I count through this packet, right? So look, you'll just see it right there, okay? But what I can do is we're going to go ahead and take the words out of here and I'm going to put it in chat. So the chat that we have, that's where it's going to be held, okay? So look, watch. I'm going to pull the words out. I'm going to throw it through the camera, and right now, those words in chat are basically the only record of what we have on here, okay? Because look, if I show you right now, the words are gone. I know, it's really hard to believe, but take a look. Isn't that strange? That's very strange, right? So now all of the cards here are face down. 1, 2, 3, 4. But now I'm going to pull those words back. Okay, go ahead and pull those words back, and I'm going to put them back on that card here in the packet. And I don't know if you could tell, but look. The words have appeared on the card once again. Because look, this says 7 of hearts. Yes, that's it. Smiling Day says, whoa, yes, yes, yes. And so here's the special thing about this card, though. I'm going to let you know that this card is special because what we did is you could tell that it is from, that is the one that we signed, because on the front it has all of the words that we wrote. All right, over here, these are blank. But I don't know if you could tell, but because it's a special card, we can also tell because of its back. Because see, take a look. These backs are all blue. And then this back, I don't know how it knew, but it knew that these words were going to come from Smiling Days 2027 underscore. And if you were here, you could actually touch this card. This is exactly as it looks like. And there you go. 7 hearts. Yes, that's it. Smiling Days 2027. There we go. And that was the 4-card trick. And I will say much better than the failed one. So, but you know what? Forever will Smiling Days remember that trick now. If I did it the other way, nobody would remember. Doing it this way, I don't know if everybody else remembers, but Smiling Days will remember. Smiling Days says, "Thank you, Crazy Agent, for the 4-card trick. I love this. It is that. Make me happy." Awesome. That's wonderful, Smiling Days. I'm so happy that you enjoyed this trick. All right. Okay. So, let's see here. Next up, we have 2-card Monty. All right. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chen the Magic Man, E-Room, Smiling Days. Thank you for the sus Charlie's Beats. And then, and thank you for the claps, Countess C. And, all right. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. Appreciate it. Okay. 2-card Monty is requested by Chan. All right. You know what? Let's go ahead and grab some cards. Let's see here. You know what? I know that okay. So I'm going to do the original version of this trick first, and then Chan, if you want, I can do the follow-up, and you could see the other version. All right. Okay. First things first. Let me share my magic screen, because otherwise this won't look impressive. All right. Okay. First things first. I have a box here. This is doesn't matter. I just need a platform to simulate somebody holding their fingers up, and I would pull out 2 cards. In this case, let's pretend that I pull out the 2 red 3s. And if somebody was here, Smiling Day says, "You got TwitchCon card?" I do have the TwitchCon card. It's hidden away. It's filed away though. But anyway, so if somebody was here, I would have them hold out their fingers like this and clamp on these cards. But the important thing is, this is a game to remember which card is on the top. And so now, since those were the 2 red 3s, there's obviously 3 of hearts, 3 of diamonds, but maybe you didn't see which one was on the top. So let me just go ahead and show you. So right now, if this is the 3 of diamonds, you must have the 3 of hearts, right? Exactly. And so I'll show you how magicians will swap the card. While you're holding tightly here, what they would do is they would insert this very quickly in between your fingers, line it up exactly, and then pull the bottom one out with their 2 fingers like this. And so that's basically what would happen. So now if I have the 3 of hearts, you must have if you said the 3 of diamonds, you'd be right. But we're going to go ahead and swap it at speed, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3. We just swapped it once. We swapped it twice. People laugh, ha ha ha. And then I would place this card there. And now I ask them, okay, would you be impressed if that this was the if this was the heart and this was the diamond, or would you be more impressed if this was the diamond and this was the heart? And feel free to think about it. You don't have to answer. If you would like to, you can. Feel free. But as it turns out, I usually like to perform a trick and use the person's card if they signed one, if possible. And in this case, I know that Chan did not sign the red threes. Chan actually signed. Yiru says diamond on top? No, no, no. So Chan actually is the queen of clubs. And you know what? We need to use the black queens. And so, if we take a look, no, we've got the queen of clubs and the queen of spades over here. And checking the gaff meter, welcome in. I have no idea. I just got here, but hello, hello, checking the gaff meter, welcome in. How's it going? Hopefully you're doing well. And Gibson Lens, thank you for the TwitchCon hype. Oh, I'm not going to TwitchCon this year. So if that was the question, I don't have a TwitchCon card for this year because I'm not going. Long story short, I didn't think about this on time, and then also I am recently unemployed, so I have to figure out an employment situation. But otherwise, yeah, everything's good. Thank you kindly for the emotes, Gibson Lens, E-Room, Smiling Days, and Chan, and Smiling Days is ooh nice. And thank you for the stars checking the gaff meter, and thank you for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, Smiling E-Room, and thank you for the applause checking the gaff meter, and thank you for the claps E-Room. Let's see. Oh, thanks for clearing that, Chan. There's actually, before we get to the next trick, I do want to show Chan. I don't know if Chan you're familiar with the other version, but I think you'll notice the slight difference. Let me just get started again really quick, and I'll just do the trick really quick. So, but anyway, I'm Lurk right now, and thanks for the trick. For this trick. All right, Smiling Days, thanks for coming in and hanging out, and hopefully you enjoyed, and you have a good night. All right. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna show this trick again to everybody else. It'll look basically the same. But here we've got the two red threes, which doesn't matter which one's on top. Blah blah blah. Okay. Cool. So now we're gonna go ahead and show you that the three of diamonds in my hand, so you must have the three of hearts. We're going to go ahead and show you how to swap it. And so we would go ahead and swap it like this. And then so if I have the three of hearts, you must have the three of diamonds. Okay, excellent. All right, cool. Yep, I do this version. Oh, you do this version? Okay, great. Awesome. And then we're going to go ahead and swap, swap, and then place it. Boom. Okay, done. All right. And then reveal. Ta-da! Okay, there you go. So awesome. Guys, I broke a rule of magic. You got to see the same trick twice. There's just like one little subtle difference that nobody would notice, maybe except for Chan. Which awesome, Chan. Yeah, that's a clean version. Thank you kindly for the applause, Chan. Okay, next up we've got a vampire card trick. All right. Chan sus. Thanks for the Chan sus, Chan. He did it twice. That's right. Breaking rules of magic. I mean, technically, I started the 4-card trick, right? And so I did it. Almost did it twice. All right. Okay, so I have to find the vampire cards. Hold on. I have a box of cards. I have not done the vampire card trick in a while, huh? Because it is in this other section. Okay. All right. Hold on. I'm going to take a swig. I'm having black tea. It's diluted black tea, so hopefully all of the caffeine has worked its way out. Okay. All right. All right. I know that Charlie requested this, and I think it's probably just because I haven't done it in a long time. But let's do it. Let's make it harder for myself. We're going to theme it as Castlevania. So Here we go. Let's pretend you're a speedrunner and you're playing Castlevania and you need to defeat Dracula. Or, sorry, Alucard. My bad. All right. But we have a stack of cards here, and they are the Ace of Hearts, which is just one heart. And if you didn't know, when you play Castlevania, hearts are the currency to power-ups. So the more you collect, the more times you can use your power-ups. Um, and then here we've got two hearts, which is just, two of them. And then here's three of hearts, which is three of them. And then here is the vampire, aka Alucard, and you're going to try and beat Alucard the first time. However, as it turns out, it's too difficult and you don't make it. So, but luckily it's a video game and you respawn, and this time you're like, ooh, let me go pick up some hearts, i.e. in this case, so that you can use some specials some more. You pass by the cluster of 3 power-ups, you pass by the cluster of 2 power-ups, you pass by the cluster, and then you get to Alucard again, and if you take a look where you picked up your 1 heart, it's no longer there. Not even that, but also the back, the front and the back, the heart is not there. And so, yeah. Okay, so now you're like, okay, well, I was defeated by Alucard again, a second time, so let me go ahead and try and figure out what to do next. So instead of the just picking up the 1, I'm going to try and pick up the 2 hearts, and the 2 hearts will hopefully give you another power-up use. Let's pretend you have the axes, because those are like one of the first ones that you pick up. So maybe it'll give you like another axe, right? Or another 2 axe throws. But actually you approach Alucard and you don't make it again, because as you can still see in the level, here's the cluster of 3 hearts that you passed up. And then here's Alucard, but as it turns out, you did not make it. And now if you take a look, there's actually, those 2 hearts are gone now as well. Not just the front, but also the back. And so, and now you're like, okay, I'm getting frustrated. You know what? I'm going to go pick up that cluster of 3 hearts because I'm probably going to need it. So you've got so many hearts now. You can use so many power-ups. But as it turns out, you try and approach Alucard, and this time it's still not enough. You still perish. Hey, did we ever create the company trick? The complex trick? So I haven't done it, and actually I haven't thought about it for about 2 weeks. So I can, Mark Rides, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. And so let me try and recall it, but we can try and do it for you after this. So okay, but look, here's Dracula, and then now, of course, the 3 hearts are gone, and then everything is gone. So now, instead of picking up hearts, you learn a new strat, and so you decide, hey, let's go ahead and learn a new strat instead. And so what's going to happen is you decide to just learn the new strategy, and as it turns out, you never needed these hearts in the first place. You just needed to do this crazy thing where you exploit hitboxes and like frames, and you just never get hit, and you can hit Alucard all you want, and so you basically just win, because at the end you find out that you have defeated Alucard. Or what was the trick that you say, Alucard or Picard? I heard Picard. Oh, I said Alucard. So yeah. And that, my friends, is the vampire card trick themed as Castlevania. Themed as you speedrunning Castlevania. Specifically. If you ever wanted to speedrun. I don't know. Speedrunning is hard, guys. I don't know if anybody's ever tried it. But thank you kindly for that, Transporter Mark Rides. Thank you kindly for the collapse and the emotes. Chan the Magic Man, Charlie's Beats, E-Room, checking the gaff meter. Thanks for clearing that, Chan. I had Transporter on my mind. I wanted to excuse to activate it. I mean, you have all the excuses you would like to activate Any of the sounds. All right. So let me see here. Oh yeah, full disclosure, I was thinking about adding new sounds, and I shopped around on the sound alert site, but I didn't set any of them up. Sorry. So sorry guys. My fault. My fault. Okay, let me see if. Oh, do I still have my? Checking the gaff meter says, "Wow, look at all your new emo." Oh, checking the gaff meter. Are you not aware of all the new emotes? Yes, we have a ton. I basically one day I was just like, I need animated emotes. So I'm like, what do I make? And so I just went ahead and I just literally added like all of the animated emotes. And so here, I'm just gonna click them all, and then you can. Well, you know what? I'll just go through all the static ones too. So why not? Oh, I might have accidentally double clicked something there. Well, I am now. They look great. Yeah, awesome. Thanks. Oh wow, some of them look really cool when you put them next to each other. Like I'm flipping the jack, the queen, the king, and then the ace, but it's almost going like a wave. Almost. Oh, I should. If we get permission, maybe we can get sound bites from Expanse. Oh, I mean, I'm sure. I'm sure Gibson Lens would let me use any sound bites from Expanse. um, so that's probably but to trigger. Okay. Oh, to trigger as sound alerts. That's an interesting idea. I like that. You know what? I'm gonna write that down. Hold on. I need to remember that. Okay. All right. Uh, okay. All right. Cool. There we go. All right. And then let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and put a trick into the queue, but this is like the one that is modeled off of um, the complex. And this I originally came up with the idea to do the trick themed as this for Mark Rides, inspired by Mark Rides. So let me get let me get set up here for a second and recall how the trick is supposed to go. Okay, we have 5 characters. Yes, 5 characters. But there's some more other random people at the beginning. And then we're going to need the main character. Okay, so she can be the main character. And then we have some random peons that show up during the game. They're just characters that either end up dying or not being used or whatever. Okay. Am I one short? Or do I have enough? Oh no. Okay, no, I have enough. Okay. Okay, alright, let's see. Okay, let me just quickly run through this really quick. Okay. Alright. And then I think I do have, yeah. What if we had some premium bit sound alerts that you could split payment with Bert? Oh. So I don't know how much I get. So it's been very rare where anybody has paid for any premium sound alerts. I think that's a good idea, but I don't know how many how many people would actually use them. But let me see. I can note that down too. Split. Okay. All right. Okay. Cool. So. E-Room says 0. Number of people who would pay for sound alerts. Lol. I think actually the only person that I remember that has paid for sound alerts here is actually checking the gaff meter, which checking the gaff meter actually startled me once on on stream because I forget what sound alert it was, but I was just doing some cleanup or something after a trick, and then I hear honk, and I'm like, oh crap, and that like startled the heck out of me, and I'm like, showing the obvious that sounds like me, yeah, and I think there might be a clip of it somewhere if you go search through like my clip history or whatever, but I had forgotten that I had set just a few of them up, and I was like, oh crap, I forgot that was there. So anyway, so it was good. It was good. I'm a sucker for buttons and whatnot. Just check the gap meter. Yeah, I mean, regardless of any financial implications, that moment has stuck with me. I will remember it probably for the rest of my life because I was laughing so hard after that. All the absurdity in my belly. Num. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. So I need to have some notes. Okay. Okay. All right. I remember the startle now that you mentioned. Yes, it was that funny. Yes, it was that funny. It was that funny. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. Okay. Let me come down here. All right. So this is um, a trick called Troublebacker, but I'm going to theme it as though it is about the game The Complex, which if anybody had seen, it was one of the games that I'd played on stream. I played through it like 3 times on this first time I streamed it, because it's one of those narrative adventures. And uh, Mark Rides, thanks for the bang. You don't need to pay to startle. You just need to shout live, shout live round, shoot live round. Yep. So this is based on The Complex. Now, for anybody who had watched me on stream, it is like a sci-fi film where there is an infection that got started. Our main character is Dr. Amy Tennant, who's going to be represented by the Queen of Hearts. Then we have a bunch of other characters. I'll introduce you as we go. But I just want you to know that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other cards. And the important ones that you need to know are these two. So this Queen of Diamonds is going to represent Claire May. I'm just going to call her Claire because they never really pronounce her last name in the game, as far as I could tell. And then this is Reese, whom is the other scientist that had like a past relationship with Dr. Amy Tennant. And so we're going to go ahead and place these guys out on the table like this. So, and what's going to happen is actually, you know what? During the game, it gives you choices. And so, um, Mark, who would you like to choose first? Would you like to choose to interact um, with Reese or Claire? Checking the app here says, "Hello, Claire Reese." I didn't think about that, but okay. Claire. All right. So we're gonna first interact with Claire, and so Dr. Amy Tennant comes over and says, "Hey, um, what's going on? Something is wrong." Actually, she went to try and go see Claire, but actually she could not find Claire because, as it turns out, you discover that this was not Claire. This was some other scientist. I think a couple of the other scientists' name was like Dr. North or something. Because if we take a look, uh, yeah, that's not actually Claire. And if we take a look, uh, actually Reese had actually walked into the room and moved Claire, and Reese was over here instead. And so, oh, okay, well, wait, we have to go talk to Claire. And so, and at this point throughout the game, you're trying to make decisions, and it could affect your relationship with either Reese or Claire. And since you were delayed in getting to Claire, you may not be favored by Claire by the end of the game. And so, Claire was not there. That's right. Sorry. And actually, if you remember me making decisions in the game, it was actually kind of cruel sometimes because it's like, oh crap, you're basically like, you know, you are the player, but you're controlling like Dr. Amy's intents. But like, you could basically be a total bitch. Like if you want, you could be the total bitch, and I'll explain that in a second. But anyway, okay, so now we're like, wait. So Dr. Amy Tennant goes back and talks to the other scientists. Hey, where's Claire? And it's like, oh, well, wait, we thought Claire's over here. Ask Reese. I thought he moved her. And so we're now going over here. And checking the gaff meter says, this script is kind of shit. Yeah, full disclosure, the writing wasn't the best. I did play just to get most of the achievements because after the first time you played, you unlocked skipping every scene that you've seen before, and so I got all of the achievements. No, almost all the achievements. But anyway, okay. As it turns out, this is not Claire either. This was um, one of the other scientists, and actually, Claire was found to be over here. What? And one thing that they realized was, well, everybody that was working in the lab was not infected by this virus. But they checked Claire, and she was infected. They knew that she was based on the symptoms that she was brought in with, but they confirmed it with a test because she was indeed infected. Now, when you play this game and you are a total bitch to basically Claire, uh, there is a particular ending in which most people end up dying. And so what's going to happen is that if you try and now check on Reese, Reese is also infected. But now, as part of this ending, I don't know if you know, but look, everybody has now become infected. Each and everybody has become infected. And that, my friends, is Troublebacker, themed as The Complex, which I do agree is the script is not the best. Also, my storytelling wasn't the best either. But, yeah, and I was trying to remember it from like 2 weeks ago. Chan the Magic Man says, oof. No, it's okay. I don't think anybody noticed. It'll be fine. First time trick. Yes, that was actually the first time I performed it on. Like I basically had like the guts of it, and I kind of just practiced it a little bit. But for the most part, yeah, the first time I really performed it. So. Oh, oh no, I meant the fact that everyone got infected. Oh yes, okay. Yes, everybody got infected. All good stories improve with each telling. Yes, that's true. I was actually recording something last night for my YouTube channel tomorrow, and as it turns out, I I did all the like the magic fine, like the sleights were fine, but I had trouble remembering the story. But just so that you guys have a little bit of an idea of what's coming tomorrow on my YouTube channel, I have recently got new cards, new cards, and that's very yeah. Oh yeah, not the trick. Oh, gotcha. Okay, but I got bluey cards, and the trick that I have publishing on my YouTube tomorrow is a bluey trick. So if anybody's a fan of bluey or is a parent and has kids who are fans of bluey, that's coming tomorrow. But while I got this, let me I'll show you the cards. So typical size of cards. So here's a regular poker size card. So these are big cards. They're not like as big as some of the other ones. So this is about twice the size of this going this way. So twice the size. So these are the backs. So it's one directional, and unfortunately, they're not very good card stock. But it was passable when I was trying to use them for Magic. And so they all have a rank. So everything looks familiar as far as like all the jacks are bingo, all the aces are bluey, tens are indie, nines are lucky, and so on. But like there's no suits. So the bad news is you can't play a bunch of traditional card games if it requires a suit. However, for Magic, this is perfect because oftentimes you will want some perfectly identical cards. So, which let me tell you a story. I recently had I was doing Magic out somewhere and I forgot. And I was actually using the two jokers to do one-eyed Jack sandwich, and somebody said, "Hey, those two jokers are identical." And for those of you who don't know, when you open up a bicycle deck of cards, usually you get two jokers, but one is like a black and white joker, and then the other one is a colored joker. And so you should be able to tell them apart. However, when I crack open a deck of cards, I crack open two, and then I swap the jokers, so then the jokers are identical. So I have a pair of identical cards. And as it turns out, this person noticed. I'm like, who in the world noticed this? And it's like, this person somehow they're watching out for me. Let's see. Mark Wright says, "Oh, Bluey Trick, you might be a star next year at your daughter's preschool." I mean, she's in preschool now, but I think I'm already kind of like a well, I don't want to say a mini celebrity because my wife is like the local celebrity, but they know me as my kid's dad that does magic, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that's good enough, right? Like, um, so yeah, and then let's see. Nice. E-room redeemed scandalous shuffling. Shuffle deck of bluey cards with deck of jumbo cards. Dealer choose stuff. Okay. It's summertime. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay. So yeah. So anyway, E-room. I see your scandalous shuffle request. So yeah, here we go. This is the slightly big bluey deck, and then of course, let me get a jumbo deck here. Okay, here's the jumbo deck. All right, let me pull out these cards. I think this is at least doable. Okay, so these cards are much bigger than these ones, but I think we should be able to manage shuffling them. Okay, how am I gonna? Just like holding this is the most difficult part, but I think the actual shuffle should be okay. I'm surprisingly more concerned about bending the 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 bluey cards because they are weaker card stock, and also I have a few other tricks planned in my mind for these. No, okay. Chuck McGaffey says no. Mark Wright says, "Oh, I meant when the school year starts or is preschool year round." Oh, okay. No, she's in preschool now. So she's gonna be in pre-K in actually no, they're starting the new classroom next week. So, but yes, yeah. So she'll be in pre-K. I'm sorry, checking the gaff meter. You can blame E-Room. E-Room requested the scandalous shuffle. So here we go. Oh, wow, that is a surprisingly a very satisfying bridge comparatively. All right, so here we go. Actually, let me get some of the cards like more in there. Okay. Here you go. Boom. Look at that. that's not that's not very uniform at all. Okay. All right, let me see how easy it is to separate. This should hopefully, oh no. Don't speak too soon. Don't speak too soon, Nam. Nam, you've spoken too soon. Nam, why? Why have you done this to me? Nam, why have you done this to me? I've done this to myself. I can't blame eRoom. He just pressed a button on a chat thing. Okay, yeah, I think I spoke too soon, mostly because as I said, the bluey cards are cheap card stock and they don't slide very well, honestly. Yep. Okay. Well, if you want, we can go through the characters. So here's Snickers. Here's Bingo. All right. I think that's everybody. No, oh no, no, no. There's definitely still something in here. Wow, this is okay, okay, hold on. All right, here's Muffin, Rusty, Indy, Lucky, Chloe. All right, okay. You're probably wondering how I know their names. If you're not looking at the screen, their names are printed right on the bottom of the card. oh, I missed one right here. There's Snickers again. Okay. All right. All right. It was. It sounded lovely. All right. Excellent. Okay. I don't think. Well, let's do one more. For good measure. All right. Good measure, guys. Good measure. Okay. Okay. The good news about the bluey cards is, at least if I was to do tricks with them, there is a border that is light blue, and on the other side, on the face, is also a light blue border. So when doing tricks with those, makes it okay. Okay, all right. Let's see. Where was I? Oh yes, let's come back here for. Checking the gap meter says you'll have to charge more for Bluey Scandalous shuffles. No, no. I figured that if you're gonna do a Scandalous shuffle, I still like 690 points to be the Scandalous shuffle. You know what? eRoom is the biggest user of Scandalous shuffles, I think, and so I'm sure whatever I jack it up to, eRoom has enough points, so it probably doesn't matter. Increasing the points will just discourage other people from using it. Oh, I just meant for the added labor to undo. Oh no, no, this was easy to undo. This was actually fine. This was good. There's been times when eRoom has given me something like do this and half of this and turning the other way with weirdly shaped cards, and I'm just like, come on. So yeah, no, this was fine. This was not at all bad. They were rectangular cards. Legit. All right. eRoom's like lol. Yeah. Good bit. All right. Okay. I'd say eRoom, you definitely get entertainment value from it for sure. Okay. So we are going to do Apex Aces as requested by Charlie's Beats. And oh, hold on. Here we go. Okay. Let's make this team because Charlie's Beats requested. Let's get all the aces because Charlie's Beats has signed the ace of spades, so we can do this. All right, we're gonna need 3 cards that are not the aces to be selected. It doesn't matter that I know what they are, but I don't just want to pick them. Let's have people in chat select. So if you would like to select a card, I'm going to need 3 different cards. You can click directly on the screen. Hopefully the heat map is working. should be. So it's not. Hold on, let me click on myself. Okay, that was me. All right, excellent. We have. All right, perfect. We have 3. All right, so let's go ahead and take these 2 cards. So these 2 are being touched, and then this one. Okay. Wow, guys, this is perfect. Man, you guys are on top of it today. You guys get my share of the internet for today. Full disclosure, I don't own any shares of the internet. All right, and so here are the 3 cards. What if one day a year on June 9th, we had all redeems as 1 point in honor of 6-9 Day? Oh, that's not a bad idea, except that I don't know if I would stream on that day specifically. But if it was a Sunday, I'm sure I'd be on. Chan says, I forgot to say I did ace on top last week. It's okay. Still needs practice though. Okay. Chan, I totally understand. That's why I practice. I do practice a lot. Usually new tricks, but I also because that was in my memory recently, and when I raided into Jack's stream the other day, I requested ace on top because it happened to show up in the raid list, and I was like, awesome. So, and full disclosure, he did the trick pretty well, but he also had one little snafu where he had to recover from. But actually, he recovered really well, considering. So, um, if you needed to know how to recover from what he did, you could see what he did if you were there. If you weren't there, all right. So let's go ahead and we have the 10 of clubs, we have the queen of hearts, and we have the 9 of spades. E-Room says June 9th is my sister's birthday. Oh, so she's 6'9" all the time. Sorry, sorry, E-Room. Let me get all these heat maps out of the way here. Delicious. All right. Sweet. All right. You know, some people would only be so jealous. All right. So we're going to go ahead and place all of these cards into 3 different parts of the deck. So this one is going to go kind of towards the bottom. And then we're going to go ahead and place the queen kind of in the middle, like this. And then we're going to go ahead and place the 9 of spades kind of close to the top. And then let's go ahead and mix it up. And then, let me see here. All right, let me see if I remember. Okay, so this trick now is going to require the use of the aces to try and locate all 3 of those cards. Let me first show you that they are the ace of diamonds, ace of clubs, ace of hearts, and ace of spades. Now, our first ace, the ace of diamonds, will run into the deck and try and find those cards. Now, I don't know if you saw it disappear, but take a look. That's strange, right? Now, the ace of clubs will also run into the deck to try and find those cards. And now the ace of hearts will try and run into the deck to find those cards. And then finally, we have the ringleader, the ace of spades, signed by Charlie's Beats. Thank you for the request of this trick, Charlie, because now when Charlie disappears, he's going to go ahead and disappear as well. Some people think that the aces are on the top. Some people think that the aces are on the bottom, but no. Inside, we have found the 4 aces, and they have all captured 3 cards in between them. Super weird, says checking the gaff meter. And if we take a look, these cards are the 9 of spades, the 10 of clubs, and the Queen of Hearts. And that, my friends, are the Apex Aces finding their bounty.
Just blew my mind.
So I don't know if anybody has ever doubted Charlie's Beats, but Charlie's Beats is an Apex Ace. Bam. Thank you kindly for the claps. Charlie's Beats, checking the gaff meter. E-Room, thanks for clearing that, Chan. Appreciate it. And let's see here. All right. Let's see. We did just talk about ace on top. Should I do ace on top? I was actually thinking maybe I should run through it quickly. Should I run through it fast? Yeah, at first I was like, oh, there are more than one ace on top trick. No, they're all... all right. They're all this guy's version. Ryan Plunkett, his version of ace on top. All right. Okay, I'm just going to do this mostly because I was thinking about it already, and so let me just go ahead and do it. Actually, I'm going to try and do it fast, all right? So, first things first, we have a packet of cards. We have an ace, we have a 2, we have a 3, we have a 4, we have a 5. The name of the game is not so much uh, a trick, but is actually a game. Try and remember which card's on the top. And actually, if you ever have any doubt, the card that's on the top should be the ace. So now, here's the magical move. I'm going to go ahead and turn this face down. But look, I don't know if you can tell, but actually now, the top card, if you guessed it was an ace, you're right. Because look, here's an ace, because it's on top. What follows the ace? Well, if you said the 2, that's correct, because they're now in ascending order. And then, of course, what's next? Oh, if you said the 3, there we go. There's our 3. And then the 4 and the 5. But wait, what card is this? Is this card now not on top? Because if you take a look, this is the ace. And then this is the 2, this is the 3, this is the 4, this is the 5. Okay, which card is this? I didn't do any magic. So here we go. I'm just going to show you that there's the ace. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to take the ace and I'm going to place it not on the top, not on the bottom, but when I push it into the deck and I snap, that will bring the ace back up to the top. I know, super weird, right? Look, I'm going to go ahead and take the ace. I'm going to place it clearly in the middle. It's going to go right here. Boom, I'm going to go ahead and snap. That'll bring the ace back up to the top. There we go. What if I took the ace out? Well, what card will we see on the top? Well, since they're going in ascending order, we should see the 2, right? And so now let me take the 2, and I'm going to go ahead and place it furthest away from where it should be, over here, because now it should be, but if I snap, that will bring the 2 all the way up to the top, because take a look. I know, super weird, right? Now, what if I took these cards and I wanted to do the trick face up? And so here, this is what's going to happen. I've got the cards all mangled up because if you take a look, so the ace has to jump all the way up here, the 3's got to go into the middle, the 5's got to jump all the way down, the 2's got to go all the way up to this position, and the 4's got to tick over 1. And so all of those things will be difficult to do. However, I don't know if you've found out the secret of this packet. It will basically self-correct. It will self-correct. Basically, all I have to do is find that ace and place it on the top. And I don't know if you've noticed, but look, the packet has already self-corrected itself because look, the ace is on the top. What follows the ace? The 2. What follows the 2? The 3. What follows the 3? The 4. And what follows the 4? The 5. And that, my friends, is a con. Don't play. Don't play games with people who can handle cards. Ace on top. There we go. I'm not gonna lie, that might have been the fastest I've ever done that trick. Thank you kindly for the claps, Chan the Magic Man. Thank you for the nice e-room. And then Chan's got the sus eyes. Yeah, thanks for the sus eyes. Yep. Thank you kindly for the claps, e-room. Yeah, so I think honestly, like I think I told you this last time, Chan. The trick itself, like mechanically, is not too difficult, but there's a lot of stuff to remember in sequence and in order because it's kind of a longer routine, and so just remembering everything is the hard part. So uh, that's one of the tricks that I really spent time learning when I was first learning magic. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this trick right. So I don't think I've messed it up too many times. It may have become a boss trick at some point. Let me check my spreadsheet. Have I? Let me see here. Find ace on top. It has become a boss trick once. It became a boss trick once in October of 2024. And then I defeated it uh, a few streams later in November. Man, having these statistics so cool. I get to look up my own history and be like, I know when I messed this up, guys. It's okay. It's been a while. So yeah, that is not without. Whew. Okay. All right. Let's see. Um. Okay. The queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, I actually wanted to show something off that I picked up. So I don't know if anybody has communities near where you are where there's something called the Buy Nothing group. So we are through a Facebook group called the Buy Nothing group. So it's kind of just like a way to reduce waste and to get rid of stuff that you don't want, but maybe somebody else might want. And since they're broken up regionally, like very close to each other, um, everything that I would want is basically just within like a couple miles drive. So it's only like at most like a 5 minute drive to go get it or whatever. I saw something and I'm like, oh, I'm not sure if I want that. Depends on if it's plastic or metal. But I'm like, oh, the reason why I would want it is because if I'm going to do some magic gigs, I should probably learn some other tricks besides card magic. Even though, I could, let's be real, I could entertain with a deck of cards for a long time if I wanted to. I could. But I just want to show chat what I got and what I picked up because it is made out of metal. It doesn't look that great, but it is a cup. Now this is a metal cup. I don't know if you could hear that. Hold on. Hold on. Could you guys hear that or no, not so much. But yeah, it's a metal cup and I could do like a cup and ball type routine if I wanted. I'd have to learn one first. So, but I was like, "Oh, what could I do? What could I do with this? I don't know." Um, so, yeah. Anyway, I was actually just fiddling around with this upstairs with my kid. We actually got from this Buy Nothing group. Um, a marble construction thing. So it's like one of those things where you have pieces, you put them together, you put marbles in the top, and then it goes down a bunch of contraptions to get to the bottom. So I was fiddling around with a couple of those marbles in here and just making them vanish in front of her and reproduce them in front of her. And she loved it because she's now at the point where she's old enough, like, oh my God, that's so weird. Like she doesn't say that, but I know that that's probably what she's thinking, or at least her way of thinking that. So, but yeah. But I also have and I don't know if I've shown this on stream. I think I've shown it on stream before, but almost never. So I should probably show it off again. I do have a magic wand. So I do have this magic wand. It is made out of wood. I got it from another magician. She had actually come to lecture for our local group, and I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll need a magic wand, but let me get one, and then I now have one. But this should pair well with this if I would like to do a trick with it. Um, So let me see. Can I improvise something really quick? Let me see here. Uh, Let me see if I can improvise something really quick. All right. So what we have here is I have a card right here. Not a card. I have a coin right here. So uh, let me go ahead and you know what? No, no, no. You know what I've sometimes seen people do? I've actually seen people push a coin directly through the top So here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you guys saw, but take a look. Is that strange? It's a little bit strange, right? There's nothing in there. So, all right, okay. Once again, let's go ahead and, you know what? Let's go ahead and place, let's push the coin through the top again. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you guys saw, but take a look. It went through. Is that strange? That's very strange, huh? Okay, that was my quick improvisation of things that I don't normally do, but hopefully that looked okay. I didn't think it was terrible. But then again, I was actually watching this instead of watching that. When I'm doing some of my card magic, I can watch this, but that was new to me, so I'm like, okay. Actually, while I have this, thank you kindly for the claps, E-Room. And then let me see here. You know what? I'm gonna count that as a trick. We're gonna put a magician's choice in there, and then we're gonna call that done. But then, while I have these out, let's go ahead and do this and this. I'm doing it as a combo. Okay, so here we've got our 4 coins. I'm gonna go ahead and place these in a square rectangle type shape. We're gonna get 4 cards. We're gonna go ahead and cover each coin with a card, like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to teleport coins from corner to corner, because take a look, it's going to happen pretty quick. Don't blink. Ready? There's 1. Move this one from here to there. 2, and then this last one, 3. Okay, that was the regular coin matrix. But now, let's go ahead and let's do it the cardless version. And so we've got our 4 coins in our rectangle, and we're going to go ahead and then let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3 over here and 1 over there, and the last one. Okay. And then I've been trying to wrap this up this way, where I do this, and 1, 2, 3. There we go. And that, my friends, is my handling and performance of the cardless coin matrix. I'd say not bad. I think I'm getting better at that one. The ending. All right. All right. If anybody's been sitting around for a while and you're not hydrated, now's a good time. So I was going to so we have a local farm here, and it's like one of those farms where they'll have community events, and they have a bunch of animals like zoos and things. They have sheep shearing events. They have just so that if we want to bring our families to kind of like farm type events, like hay rides. They've changed, like they've marketed their hay rides as like I Spy hay rides. So as you're going on the hay ride, you can see all the things. But they also have like a little farm store, and my daughter loves going because she loves to get a cookie from the farm store every time. Um, but we went, and my wife was trying to urge us to go sit by the animals, and my daughter was like, "No, I don't want to sit near the animals." She just wanted to sit at the bench, like right by the door, because she wanted to start eating her cookie right away. And there was a young couple that was sitting at the next bench, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, no, sitting over here is probably better. You probably know why if you go sit near the animals." And I was like, "Yep. I mean, it's gonna smell like animals if you go over there." So, but where am I going with this story? So we finished up eating our cookies and donut. I had a donut. Um, and my wife takes my kid to go look at the animals, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna show this couple some magic. So I do my usual like magic tricks for them, and the first one, even though so the guy is like, "Oh my God, that's crazy! What's going on?" And the girl was also impressed, but she was like, "He's got to be picking up more than one card or something." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not going to confirm nor deny." But I mean, there was no way she could reconstruct everything, even if she had a suspicion or whatever. And then I did the second trick, and then just like blew them away, and they were like, "What?" and and then of course I let them know my YouTube channel, and hopefully I earned some subscribers. But anyway, that was fun. I don't know how old they were, but I'm guessing they were like maybe early 20s. I'm guessing. So, but anyway, that was fun. And then I also randomly showed some people. So we've been going, my family and I have been going to a like a local concert series that we have here on Friday evenings, and every time we go, we just like hang out, listen to music for a while. But there might be some dancing, there might be some just chatting with the people around us. It's a nice like community thing. But I'll show some magic as well, and I showed a bunch of people some magic, and they're like, "Wow!" So I've been getting to show a lot of in real life magic, so it's been nice. Trinity the Gaff Meter says that does sound fun. Yeah. So this past week, so 2 days ago, Friday, we had a country singer come in, and I'm not really into country, but it was more like like country pop, and so she's a young. I don't even remember her name, but apparently she's big-ish. But she's from locally around here in the greater Rochester area. So I was like, oh, okay, got to go just to support. But then last week it was a jazz band, and so at first, and I think I was telling the story last week, but my wife told me it was like 60s music, and I'm like, oh, 60s music? All right, maybe it'll be okay. And then when I get there, it's literally everything older than the 60s. It's all um, jazz band stuff. It's all um, like "Fly Me to the Moon" and like barroom jazz that you would hear from there was Sway. So yeah, there's a lot. Ching the Half Meter says, "Love how much your daughter loves the farm trips too." Oh yeah, she loves. So my wife does take her out to do a ton of stuff, and then I tag along for maybe I don't know 80%, 75% of all the things that they do. So yeah, because sometimes they'll go and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna go early in the morning," or "Okay, we're gonna go do this thing and we have free admission passes, but not for you." I'm like, "Okay." So, but then everything else we try and do together. So, but yeah, it's a good time. And I don't think my wife and I are planning on having another kid, but um, I'm told that I should enjoy everything with my daughter now as she's growing up because she's gonna hit an age where she's not gonna want to be with daddy, and I'm like, okay, and then that's when I'll go do all the things. I mean, I guess I have some time to do all the things now because, as I said, I'm currently unemployed. So yeah. Checking the Gaff Meter says, Christy Kate sang Fly Me to the Moon just last night, actually. Oh, that's so cool. Nice. I actually haven't seen, so I haven't hung out on Twitch as much lately because I've been creating a ton of YouTube content. So I've noticed that my YouTube traffic has, I don't know if it's doubled, but the amount of revenue I get from it, I guess, is maybe double or triple what I used to make. But I mean, if you double or triple like a single digit number, it's still not that much, right? It's still like, instead of getting like $2 or $3, I'm getting like $9 to $12 or something. uh, but you know, hey, maybe one day I could make some more money and then I could just do the YouTube thing. But I don't think, I'm not trying to like clickbait people. I actually want people who would enjoy my content, and I don't feel like I should. And I'm making some videos that are like kind of like that, but I'm like, that's not really me, right? Like, all right. Let's see. The queue is empty. If anybody would like to request anything, feel free. You're welcome to. Let's see. Cheng the Gaff Meter says, yeah, hadn't heard it in a while. Great one. Oh, that's an excellent. That's it. Yeah, more is more. Yeah, more is more. Um, so good news is I I have been delving into my finances more than I ever have before. And good news is I don't, the pressure is not as high for me to immediately find another job. So it's okay if I don't find one. I'm actually planning on potentially not finding one for a little while. But if I do get one, then awesome, it'll be great. But if I don't get one, it's okay. I'll be okay for a little while. So let's see here. Let's see. Next up, Charlie has requested Chicago opener, aka Red Hot Mama. So I actually looked this trick up, and there was like a web page dedicated to the history of how this trick was named. Hold on. Opener named as, let me see, obscure origin. Yes, this is the one. Okay. So yeah, this was an entire web page that somebody put up. Uh, it looks to be like a blog post basically, but if anybody wants to know, so I think this was originally called like just like a red hot trick or something in somebody's book, and then it acquired the name later. But if anybody's curious, I suppose only magicians would be super curious. But if anybody else wants to click on this link, feel free. I'll actually drop it in the Discord too if anybody wants. Let me see here. Oh, where should I put this in? I should put this in magic. Okay. Origin of the name of Chicago opener. Super, super interesting if you're into the lineage of magic. All right. Okay, where was I? Oh yes, getting ready for this trick for Charlie's Beats. Okay, all right. I'm hoping I'm not late. Seal Bun, welcome in. How's it going? Been waiting all week. Oh, sorry. Yes, I did. Yeah, I did announce in my Discord, but no, you're still here. I'm going to be on for probably at least another half an hour or so, and you can request tricks. The queue is basically empty. I'm just doing one trick, and then yeah. But anyway, oh yeah, I was mentioning to people that I found the history of some magic, and that's about this trick that we're going to do right now. Okay, so all right, first things first. We have a deck of cards, and oh, actually, we will need a card selected. So if let me see, if anybody would like to click directly on the screen, we should be able to get a heat map to show up, and that could be our selection. So it looks like, oh, it's moving. Okay. Somebody's trolling me. I don't know who it is. So I can't link the heat maps to anybody. That's the thing. The heat map is anonymous. All right, so the fourth one here. So not that one. So this one. All right. Here we go. So this is going to be the selected card. All right. Importantly, I don't want to take a look at it. I'm just going to go ahead and show it to chat, okay? So I'm going to close my eyes, turn my head, cough, and then we'll turn the card face up. All right. Hopefully somebody in chat or everybody in chat can take a look and remember this card. All right. I'm going to turn it face down and open my eyes and turn my head back. All right. Can somebody in chat confirm that you know what it is? You don't tell me what it is. Just confirm that you know what it is. Okay, Seal Bun does. Charlie's Beats does. Excellent. We got at least multiple people. Plausible deniability. I'm gonna eat this heat map here. Delicious. Okay, cool. Excellent. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and lose this card into the deck like this, and boom. Okay. So I'm not holding any breaks, I'm not holding any gaps or anything, but we are going to go ahead and make your card turn bright red, which is why it gets this name, Red Hot Mama. And if I spread, you'll be able to see immediately there is one card that is a little bit different than the rest. That card right here. So right now, important question. Chat, it's okay to tell me what the card was. What the flip, says Seal Bun? Yeah. All right, chat, go ahead and tell me what the card was. It's the 7 of Hearts. Well, let me just show you that the red card, 7 of Hearts. Okay, but that's okay. If you don't believe that we can do that trick again, let's go ahead and do that trick again. Okay, all right. So, here we go. Chat, why don't you go ahead and click directly on a card once again, and that can be our second selection. Okay, it looks like, wait for it, okay, this one, all right. So this is the card. This one right here. Okay, cool. Once again, I do not want to see it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and tilt this packet up to you so you guys can see it. Hopefully that gets enough. Okay, I'm going to tilt it back down. I'm going to turn my head back. Can somebody in chat confirm that you've seen this card and you know what it is? Yeah, okay, all right, excellent. Sealbun has seen it? Okay, great. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and close that back up. Once again, let's go ahead and shuffle and just make sure that that card is completely lost. But now, let me go ahead and eat this heat map. Delicious. Now let's go ahead and turn that card red. Hold on. Are you guys seeing one? I'm not seeing one. Hold on. You know what? When I mess up a trick, I sometimes call upon my friend to help me. And my friend here, if you guys are not aware, is named Decksock. Guys, if you have not been introduced to the Decksock, please say hello to the Decksock. The Decksock is bowing ahead of time because we know that the Decksock will fix all mistakes. So, all right, Decksock. I know that we haven't seen each other in a while. I'm so sorry, but you know what? I need your help now. Cheng the Gaff Meter says, been introduced, but hello, Decksock. And Sealbun says, hello, Mr. Decksock. All right, excellent. Decksock, go ahead and do your magic. Turn that card red. Dexock. Hold on. Don't embarrass me in front of my friends, okay, Dexock? Go ahead and fix this. All right. Hey, okay, guys, can you go ahead and just tell me what that card was? The second card? I think we just need, yeah, 2 of hearts, says Sealbun. Okay. All right, guys, the deck sock is whispering to me. And the deck sock says, it is already a red back card, but I don't see any other red back cards, deck sock. Oh, deck sock is touching this red. Oh, I see. Hold on. Oh, okay, there we go. There is the 2 of hearts. Thank you, deck sock. Thank you kindly. You've done very well. Let me give you a nice pet. Yes, thank you. Sealbun says, nah, WTF? What? Huh? And that, my friends, is the Chicago opener, also known as Red Hot Mama. Thank you kindly for that request, Charlie's Beats. And thank you kindly for the claps, Charlie's Beats. And thank you kindly for the Quest Wiggle, says Sealbun. All right. So, what's the Devil's Elevator? Well, Sealbun, there's only one way to find out. I saw it on the list before. You can go ahead and request it. Actually, do you know how to request things from a streamer song list? So if you click on that link, it'll bring you to a separate page. And if you see that on the web page, there should be a request button next to the trick, and you should be able to click on request. If you don't want to do that, we do have shortcut commands. So here, in this case, you could type in !TR for trick request space, and then type in like a bunch of the name of the trick. In this case, Devil's Elevator. And so if you take a, oh, Sealbun, you got it. All right, excellent. Devil's, or actually we both got it at the same time, but it actually took your command first. So there you go. So you have successfully added it to the trick list. So there you go. That is the next one we will do because I just wrapped up Chicago opener. All right. Yeah. All right, excellent, cool. So there you go. So I was first exposed to StreamerSonglist because I hang out in musician Twitch chats, and they have songs that they can do. Obviously, not all musicians can play all songs, and so I was like, oh, okay. And this is like the way for them to tell people, all right, these are the songs I can do. And so I was like, what if I use it but not for songs? And so there we go. So I had to learn how to use it, a musician thing, and I'm not really a musician. I kind of fiddle with a guitar a little bit, but I'm not really, I would not call myself performance ready or anything. As far as like music is concerned. But anyway, so let's go ahead and get ready to perform the Devil's Elevator. So I'm going to find a bunch of cards, and there's nothing secret about the cards that I'm finding, so you guys can watch me. This is the real struggle of being a magician. Sometimes you have to find cards that you're going to use, and that just takes a minute. So, okay. What an amazing idea. Awesome. Yeah, thanks, Sealbun. As far as I know, I did ask around some of the Twitch friends and stuff, and basically all of the mods that I talked to, none of them actually could find anybody else using a streamer song list for anything that was not songs. So hopefully I was a pioneer in that regard. So, because yeah, if you see everybody else's trick list, if you see everybody else's song list, it's like song and then artist, and then usually they're still requested by. But I'm like, okay, I want mine to say trick, so I actually had to write. I wrote some CSS. If anybody knows what CSS is, I wrote some CSS to basically tweak this and that. So, all right, okay. So this trick is called the Devil's Elevator, and we have over here we have 4 black 6s and 9s. Now, besides the obvious meme of 6s and 9s, this is called the Devil's Elevator, so I wanted to have these because at certain angles it'll look like 666. And then over here we've got some diamonds. I'll show them all to you. And so I'm going to leave the black 6s and 9s over here. And then over here I'm going to go ahead and leave the 5 of diamonds. And then we're going to go ahead and leave the 4 of diamonds. And then down here we're going to leave the 3 of diamonds. And then I'm going to place the 2 of diamonds on the top. Now, if you didn't know, hell is not just a religious place. It is a business. And as all good businesses, there is a maintenance elevator. Now, if you ever find yourself in one of these levels of hell, so these will simulate the levels of hell. So the further down you are, the harder it is to escape because you have to make it up to the surface, the top level, and that's the easiest one to escape hell from because it's the closest to the surface. Now we're going to go ahead and take the 2 and place it in the second position. Now hopefully everything's clicking on why I use the 2, 3, 4, and 5. But so here, first level, second level, third, fourth, fifth. So we're going to go ahead and put the 2 in the second level. And now, if that was you, you go find the maintenance elevator, get in the elevator, you press the elevator button. It might do some elevator-y things. But that should bring the 2 up to the surface. If you just give it a second. Also, if anybody wants, we have a fun sound alert for this. There we go. And look, the 2 has just appeared in the top level of hell. Now, let me go ahead and take the 3, and we're going to place the 3 in the third level of hell. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. Now we're just going to close that up. And all we have to do is make sure that the 3 gets into the elevator. They press the elevator button. The elevator will do elevator-y things. Give it a second. I don't know if you saw, but look, the 3 has traveled from the third level of hell all the way back up to the top. No, I got an ad. Okay, we'll wait. We'll pause. All right. I'll pause. All right. Hands up here. I'm not doing anything. All right, guys, this is a good time to take a swig. Okay. Cool. Hands still up here. I'm not doing anything. Thank you very much. Yeah, lol, watching magic. So in the meantime, yes, my apologies. I did have to turn on ads. I know that I didn't turn them on before because I was like, oh, I only stream once a week, and it was bogging. It would bog down the stream. But then I'm like, well, I don't have employment. Let me turn on ads at least. So, nice. Appreciate the pause. Yeah. Oh, I still need a way to see how other people are viewing. I haven't been able to add the widget so that I can see. That something's happening. But yeah, no, I totally understand. Okay. All right. Seal Bun's back. Okay. Excellent. All right. Checking the guys appreciate the pause. Awesome. No problem. Yeah. Sorry. So while everybody was away, I was just talking about turning on the ads and stuff. And I know I used to not have ads, but then when I became unemployed, I was like, I should probably turn on ads. So I turned on ads just so I get something a little bit more. But it's not like a terrible amount, I think, at this point. Like I didn't jack it all the way up. I was just like, let me just put it here. So get that cash monies. All right, yeah, that's right. So here we go. All right. So the 3 has just traveled up from the third level of hell up to the top and was able to escape. So here we go. Now some people believe that perhaps there were some people in hell before, but no, if you take a look, these are the same black 6s and 9s that we've been using before. But now we're going to go ahead and take the 4 and place it in the fourth level of hell here. So first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And now that 4 has heard from the 2 and the 3, hey, if you get down there, find the devil's elevator, get into it, press the elevator button. The elevator might do some elevatory things, but should come from the 4th level all the way up to the top level. And I don't know if you can tell, but look. Now, some people believe that I might have more cards in hell, but if we take a look, they're the same 4 cards that we've been using. But we're going to clearly place the 5 here in the 5th level of hell. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Now, once again, they're going to go ahead and press the elevator button, and then the elevator will do elevatory things. I'm going to be careful not to even pick up that packet. Sealbun says, "This is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen." I'm not going to lie, these spin really well, so that effect is really nice. But I don't know if you can tell, you just need to give it a minute for that elevator to go from the 5th, the 4th, the 3rd, the 2nd to the top level, and then this is the easiest place to escape hell. And here's our 5, and if we take a look, these are the same 6s and 9s we've been using the whole time. And that, my friends, is the Devil's Elevator. Yeah, for a while, the Devil's Elevator was like a few people's favorite tricks. A couple of other musicians, I think actually whoever we rated, I forget, it was last time or 2 times ago, but the keyboard grinder said that he liked this one, and then also I know 7 Senshi also likes this one. So, but yeah, that was Sealbun says, "You're so talented, holy!" Oh, thank you, Sealbun. Greatly appreciate it. I mean, here's the thing. I think I am of the belief that anybody can be talented. It's just a matter of how much time and dedication they will put to, making their skills good for whatever they want to make it good for, right? Like, if there's somebody who wants to be good at everything but then puts no time into it, like, I don't really have any pity for that. I have a lot more sympathy for somebody who puts in a lot of time and they're not getting improvements, but they're trying really hard. It's like, I do have sympathy, a lot of sympathy for that. But um, a lot of the times, I don't feel like talent comes from, innate ability. There might be some weird, like, physical things where it's like, hey, I'm extra tall because I won the genetic lottery, so I can play basketball really good, right? But I mean, if that was the truth, then there wouldn't be short basketball players. And sure, there's a few of them, but they do exist and they're around. And so it's like those people who are short in basketball, I have a lot of respect for them because they had to work harder than everybody else. They didn't win the genetic lottery, and so they're like, I need to up my skills. Maybe they're faster, maybe they're more agile. So I don't know. Sealblunt says, "Oh, but that's why you're because you do what most people won't do." I mean, a lot of people would not sit down and just watch card magic for like hours and try and figure it out. But yeah, a lot of the tricks that I learn now, I just watch like a performance and then I reverse engineer it. So at this point, I don't need instruction material for a lot of like basic card tricks because I can figure it out. And so I think even among some of my Magic friends, they're like, "Wow, that's kind of a cool thing." And so they'll be like, "Hey, now what do you think they did here?" And I'm like, "I think they could have either done this or that, and they both will work. It's just a matter of like which one that performs." But then also, it doesn't really matter because that magician can then just choose the way that works better for them, right? And so, what's the hardest trick I've ever done? Oh, I don't know. That I can successfully do? I mean, probably the hardest trick on the trick list is Hitchcock Aces. But then, let me see here. What's the hardest trick I've ever done? There was a trick that I did for my YouTube channel that's the cardless coin matrix, but I didn't use coins. If anybody's familiar with board games, the board game called Ticket to Ride. Um, I probably spent the most time doing one trick. You know what? Let me see if I can just pull it up really quick. We can watch it together. It's only like a minute something. Hang on. It's on my YouTube channel. Let me see here. Hopefully I called it Train Matrix. Okay, good. It's the second hit on my YouTube. All right. Let me see here. Let's go. All right, let me see. Can I? Oh, I forget. Is this? All right. You guys can't see me. Hold on. Let me see here. Okay, cool. There's my head. All right. Now let me find the screen to show this, and I want to show this one, and then I want to enable it. Okay. All right. Cool. Uh, and then yeah. Sorry, I don't switch screens that often, so this is Let me see if I can readjust this so that it fits in the thing. Okay, and then we can move this. Oh, wait. Nope, that's too big. Sorry, guys. Okay, all right. Okay, that fits mostly, I think. Okay, I'm gonna play this, and so I spent the most time doing this trick. And let's go ahead and play
Hi
that.
everybody, I'm Nam, and today we're going to be doing magic with board games. And today's board game is Ticket to Ride. You may recognize these as train cars from the game, where the players try and use them to fulfill their tickets by claiming routes, and hopefully they can get the most points from them and win the game. But today, that's not what we want to do with these.
Well, my video quality back then
Today,
was not
what
very
we're
good.
trying to do is just do something kind of magical and visual with them, so that if nothing else, it's entertaining. All right, let's begin.
My presentational confidence
There's
has
one.
also increased drastically since doing this. I could tell that I was a little bit reserved, just basically on
Two
how I
here
was
and two there.
speaking. But yeah, man. So this trick was so difficult
Three here and one there.
with train cars and not
Finish this
like
up.
coins.
And there we have it. That's
Ta-da!
all four in this corner.
So
All right, hopefully you guys.
yeah. So full disclosure, like doing that trick with coins, like coins are smooth and flat, and you could totally easily do stuff with that. These plastic train cars, by the way. But welcome in, Barney of the Rubble. How's it going? SR Black and White by Michael Jackson. Sorry, don't have music. Thanks for the attempted request, Barney. Actually, maybe we could do a black and white card trick. We could probably do that. Someone says, "What? That's so crazy." Yeah, I know. So I was doing this trick with these little plastic train cars, and honestly, like the Ticket to Ride components are better than most other board games. But there were so many random imperfections in the manufacturing process that, like, while you're moving them around magically, they will get caught on things or might cut your palm because it could be sharp. And I'm just like, why is this so difficult? And then like I hung out trying to do this for like over maybe 90 minutes, and I still didn't get like a satisfactory result. So then I was like, I took a break, and then I went back to it, and then I grinded for probably another hour. And that trick wasn't long. Like that whole presentation and thing, that was like a minute, maybe a minute and a half or something. And yeah, doing that was probably one of the most difficult like tricks to just nail because I'm like, it doesn't look good, like, because they're not. I didn't learn to do the trick with three-dimensional train cars from a board game. I learned how to do it with coins. So it's just like, yeah. But anyway, thank you for the applause, Seal Bun. Appreciate it. But yeah, that was probably Oh, actually, we did get Barney of the Rubble did accidentally get red packet, black packet because of the request. So we will go ahead and do that trick next. Oh, can you do this the fun way? Should I do this the fun way? I think I should do this the fun way. Is there a fun way to do this? I think there's a fun way to do this. Hold on. Please hold. Let me see if I have fun way to do this stuff present. Okay, yeah, let me do it this way. Okay, then we're gonna need, hang on, let me get some cards. I need to get some cards. All right, and we're doing this the fun way, so hopefully you guys enjoy the fun way. All right, let's see here. Okay, boom, boom. Okay, okay. All right, this trick I learned and I called it red packet, black packet for a very long time because I did not know the actual origin of the trick. And then I finally found it, and it is called Thanks to Walton. AMA. So be so real. I looked at how to do Devil's Elevator. I'm still confused and convinced it's witchcraft. Yeah, so part of the thing is seal bun. I mean, yeah, Devil's Elevator, there are tutorials on YouTube, and I learned it from YouTube tutorials. Uh, However, it is oftentimes when you find just random tutorials on YouTube, they're not structured very well. They don't explain things all the time. So unless you like dedicate yourself to look at like five crappy uh, tutorials, and then it's like, oh, now I get how to do it because you piece together the good parts of all five tutorials, and then it's like I get it now. And so that's the thing. You might be able to find instructional material for Magic, but oftentimes, especially if it's free, it's not good. So Lamau says Steelbun, yeah. Um, so this is where the market to pay for Magic tutorials exists, and so there are Magic shops that we can buy things from. We'll work on things with real magicians and stuff. So have to search and put the puzzle together yourself. Yes, that is basically how I learned my entire first year of Magic, and then after that, things got a little bit easier. But honestly, after the second year, things got rolling, and I was like, okay, I'm in too deep now, and I'm having way too much fun. So here I am. All right. Okay, so this is red packet, black packet. So I've got two packets of cards here, and as you can imagine, they are a red packet and a black packet. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to go ahead and place the four black cards over here. Okay. And so, and then I'm going to go ahead and show you that all of the red, so those are black spot cards, and these are red face cards. Okay. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and slowly swap out each one of these cards like this. So I'm going to go ahead and place one of the red face cards down here, and we're going to go ahead and scoop up a black spot card and place it in here. But if I snap my fingers, everything will still appear as though they are red face cards. Because if I show you red, red, red face cards. Excellent. Let's go ahead and swap out another one. But if I go ahead and I snap my fingers, once again, all of these cards should appear as though they are red face cards. Red, 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 red. Some people think that I have to do it one card at a time, but actually I can do it two cards at a time. So we'll do those two, and we'll scoop the others up like this. And if I snap, now, certainly you must be able to see some black cards now, right? But no, they are all the red face cards that we've been seeing the entire time. So now the obvious question is, well, where's the black spot cards? Normally when I do this trick, some people guess these down here. And the way that I would normally say is that you were half right. However, today if you said that, you were absolutely incorrect because I don't know if you know, but these cards, hold on, I have to get the order correct. These cards actually all say Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. So here's my number, so call me maybe. And that is a call out to our friend Chris M. Yee and the Rob Kovacs community. So Steelbud says, "What type of pickup line is this?" I mean, technically, this is for Barney of the Rubble, who requested by accident. So and Zealbun says, "Would 10 out of 10 work on me?" Says Zealbun. Well, I am unfortunately already married and happily with kid. So, however, I could teach this to somebody else, and then they could then pick you up, Zealbun. So we could find somebody. Thank you kindly for the claps. Chan the Magic Man, checking the gaff meter. Oh, checking the gaff. Oh, that's right. Checking the gaff meter knows the inside jokes for this one. Yeah. So if anybody didn't know, Rob Kovacs would just randomly play this song, and it was because of Chris M. Yee. And Chris M. Yee has an emote. Um, I think, unfortunately, I don't know if I'm still subscribed. Oh, I am. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here's the "Call Me Maybe" emote from Chris M. Yee's channel. I recently had to go through some of my Twitch subscriptions, and I was like, "Can I justify having this if I'm unemployed?" And I'm like, "I don't know." So I just was cleaning them up. I may or may not have cleaned up uh, some additional subscriptions, but such is the life of an unemployed software engineer. But yeah, so I've done that as a finale for this trick a couple of times, but not lately. It's actually been a long time. It's been, I don't know, maybe like a year since I did that finale. um, Barney the Robot says, "Good boy." Thanks, Barney. Don't be strange, Barney. Sealbun, full disclosure, every time Barney is in here, Barney is strange. So, heads up, that's okay. I have concluded that Barney is A, not a bot, and B, likes to troll me, but C, is also familiar with my YouTube content, so I can't be too upset with Barney. I am Crazy Asian Spat Troll. Barney, this is why we can't have nice things. Joking, of course, says Sealbun. Yeah, I mean, if everybody's respectful and the amount of trolling is, pretty minimal, it's fine. We're good. We're all good. Like, so actually, Barney of the Rubble has actually randomly requested a trick. Not randomly, actually has requested a trick twice that was not on the trick list, but obviously Barney knew that I did it because there were tricks on my YouTube channel, and I'm like, I remember those tricks, and it's like, oh, okay. Like, Barney says, "Oi, I pay Crazy Asian more than all you guys combined by watching his YouTube." I mean, thanks, Barney. I appreciate it. So, look, I get it. It's all good. You're good, Barney. Speaking of my YouTube, if anybody wants to see all my YouTube stuff, damn, well, I bring the vibes. Oh, thanks, Seal Bun. I greatly enjoy your vibes. So, checking the gaff meter says, "Bedtime for me. Good night, Nom. Good night, all. Thanks, Nom. Thank you kindly checking the gaff meter. You have a glorious night. Take care. Good seeing you. Sleep well, and we'll talk to you later." I guess speaking of which, I do want to wrap up soon, so let's do a last call. If anybody would like to request any more tricks, now's the time to put them in the queue. And then Steel Bun says, "Don't let the magician bite." I mean, look, I don't bite much hard. That's the line that I used to say um, when people would say, "Oh, I don't bite," and then I would say, "Much hard." That was fun. Me too, says Silvan. Awesome. And then let me see what I would like to do for a finale this week. So let's see, what did we do as a finale last time? Let me pull up the spreadsheet and you know, I can't imagine how much more knowledgeable I would be if I had the discipline that I have now to keep track of some whatever I keep track of, like when I was young. Like I didn't have this habit to keep track of everything in spreadsheets when I was younger, but if I had this level of organization and keep trackedness as as I do now back then, I mean, I don't know where where my mind would have gone. I don't know what other skills I would have learned or what things I would have known and things like that. Okay. All right. Oh, I have to check the Durkee Blaine, welcome in. How's it going? Thank you kindly for the lurk. Cowboy12, welcome in. How's it going? Invisible Hands. Okay, yeah, I'm going to do the slightly different version of Invisible Hands, but it's still based on Patrick Kuhn's thing. But welcome in. How's it going? Oh, Seal Bun. Oh, do you want to see Vampire Card Trick? I know we did that earlier, but we could totally do it if you would like. Uh, so, it did go into the list. Oh, okay, cool, awesome. So Vampire Card Trick. I did it themed as Castlevania earlier, but I can just do the regular way, so I get some practice doing it the regular way too. And then let me see here. Hold on. Oh, where did I put it? Wait, did I not? Did I not put it away? Is that what I did? Hold on, I can't find the Vampire Card Trick. I must have left it out. Wait, but I'm not finding it right now. Oh no, it's right here. I'm dumb. Sorry, guys. And then Invisible Hands. Oh, you did it earlier? That's all good. No, it's cool. I could do it. You don't have to? No, we're doing it anyway. And honestly, it's a nice effect. If you haven't seen it, I would like to show it to you. This is one of the ones where I was like, oh, maybe I should buy the trick. And then I watched the performance like just like 5 times, and I'm like, I can do that. And I have all that stuff. We could do it. So, all right, here we go. This is Vampire Card Trick. We're gonna do it the classical way. So we're not gonna theme it as Castlevania this time. So if you want to see that version, you can go back. But anyway, all right. So here we have a bunch of cards. We've got an Ace of Hearts. We have the Two of Hearts. We have the Three of Hearts, and then we have our Vampire, the King of Spades. King of Spades will represent our vampire. Now, uh, the vampire wants to go out and feast each night. And in this case, the number, so whether the ace is the one, the two is the second, and the three is the third, is going to want to feast on their victims. And I don't know if you can tell, but that was all of the time that the vampire needed to feast because, well, here's the unknowing third victim that was passed up. Here's the second victim. Here's the vampire. But if you take a look, the ace has had the blood completely sucked out of them. Not just the front, but also the back. I know. Is that weird? That's super weird, right? And so now, if we take a look, we have the Two of Hearts, which will be our second victim, the Three of Hearts, which is our third victim, and of course our vampire, which will now feast on the second victim. I don't know if you could tell, but that was all the time that the vampire needed to suck all of the blood out of, well, not the three, that'll be our third victim. But here's our vampire, but if we take a look at the two, here's our second victim. All of the blood has been sucked out, not just the front, but also the back. I know, right? Is that weird? That's super weird, right? Okay, and now finally, we have our third victim, which will be dessert. And so, as all vampires, the greedy vampire. Yeah, I know, right? That vampire is going to want the third victim because actually now if we take a look, the three is now gone, not just the front but also the back. And so now the vampire lives in a modern day society, and so there's cell phones and cameras and Instagram, and so this vampire knows to get out of dodge real fast. And so if we take a look, uh, the bodies are found in the morning, and the police try and search and find, but they try and find the vampire. The vampire also cannot be found in the morning. And that, my friends, is the vampire card trick. Sorry. The vampire sucked the blood out of one victim, two victims, three victims. Ah. Should I end the trick that way? I think I should probably end the trick that way, right? All right. Sealbun says, "Wow!" Kit Kat Gad, thank you kindly for the clap. Sealbun says, "Oh my gosh!" Thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room and Sealbun. All right. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. That is, I'm gonna say I've probably never done the count at the end of that one, so that's I could add that. That seems fun. Tremendous. Oh, tremendous. Sorry, I was trying to read each one of those separate. I was like, tre, men, das. But it's all one word. Tremendous. That was, I would love to claim that English is not my first language, and I'm not native in it, but that no. I may be a crazy Asian, but I'm pretty fluent in English. I mean, tre, men, dos, ah. All right. I'll stop. Mile real though. All right. All right. And Cult Boy has requested invisible hands. All right. Oh, that's all right. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna close the queue. I'm gonna put a finale trick. I'm gonna go ahead and put Imagine, I think, or Chop the Monty in there as the finale. I think that's the one I want to do for tonight. And then we'll go from there. Okay. Hang tight. Let me find some cards. Hold on. Where's the? Okay. 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 So, here we go. I found all the kings, and so let me introduce you to them. We have the king of spades, the king of diamonds, the king of clubs, and of course the king of diamonds. And so we are going to go ahead and try and do this trick. So if you remember seeing the trick Invisible Palm, this is kind of like the in the hands version of Invisible Palm. And so actually I was doing this at the concert on Friday night a little bit, and so this particular trick. So hopefully I don't mess up on stream, but look, we have 3 over here, 1 over here, but look, all I have to do is just shake. As I shake, you'll see one melt from one side and materialize on the other side. I don't know if you can tell, but look, now we've got 2 and 2. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? Um, but actually now let's go ahead and once again do the trick again. So now we've got 2 and 2, but all I have to do is just shake. One will melt on one side and then appear on the other. I know, is that weird? That's super weird, right? Um, okay, and so what we have here are uh, oh yeah, let me show you that we have a oh, this is not the one I want. Hold on. This might be the one that I want. So we have uh, a king here, and you know, when I do a trick that's like this, I oftentimes think maybe I need to do the trick not with the kings, but with something else instead. And so let me just go ahead and just I think I wanted to do it with the aces instead. So if I can just fix that right now, guys. Hold on. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can tell, but actually all of these kings have now turned into aces. And that, my friends, is my handling of invisible hands. So I like that because it's pretty visual. The way that the original trick is done, there's a lot more fancy handling, and I wanted to simplify it for me because I just want to remember less stuff. But actually, the way that Patrick Kuhn does it is super fancy. So if anybody wants to look up his Invisible Hands performance later, it looks so good. Like the way that I do it just is kind of like the cheap amateur way to do it, right? And the way he does it is like, Patrick Kuhn's like, I'm a professional magician. I can do this. So it's like, yeah. So I recommend watching just Patrick Kuhn's version of Invisible Hands. So Callboy says, I'd imagine his is crazy. Yeah. Like I am also not like a cardist, so I don't know how to easily make cards like pop out, and I'm just like, yo, if I could do that, I could probably figure it out, but like, you know, I'm not really, my style isn't that. Like I'm into the storytelling. I like having a plot. I like doing that, and so the super visual stuff, it's like that's the stuff that impresses people, but that's not the stuff that I do. So it's like, but yeah, um, yeah, Patrick Kuhn stuff is really good. I love Patrick Kuhn. He's awesome. All right. So that was Invisible Hands, and then we've got Sealbun says, off topic, I got affiliate today. I'm just so happy when I tell someone. Oh, I have nobody to tell. Oh, Sealbun, you could have told us. Thank you for letting us know. Congratulations on reaching affiliate, by the way. Oh yeah, guys, you're not following our friend Sealbun. Please give Sealbun a follow. Recently affiliated. I have nobody to tell. I mean, yeah, hang out in some Twitch channels, make some friends, and then you'll want to tell everybody. And honestly, thank you so much. Makes me so happy. Yeah, no problem, Sealbun. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. So if you're in my Discord, we don't have that many people promoting themselves, but I have a promo self promo channel. So anytime you're going live or whatever, you can just drop it in there, and hopefully other people will see it. I check my Discord once in a while. I'm not like on there all the time, so I may miss it. But I know that in other people's channels, there's like self promo channels, like people who have way more like traffic than I do. So if you join some of their Discords and drop that you're going live over there, in more populated channels, that's usually how some people find out about you. So that's a strategy you can take. Maybe not being a stranger, maybe just like hanging out, but Zul'janim, welcome in. How's it going, Zul'janim? Haven't seen you in a long time. So, Zul'janim, I want to let you know that I was lurking for about 10 minutes in your stream the other day when you came back. It was like 3 in the morning at my time. But I just, I was like, oh my God, Zul'janim is going live. And I was like, let me go in there. Oh man, I can't really hang out, but let me just like listen to some. And I was like, hi, Zul'janim, how's it going? So welcome in, and thanks for being here. You know what? I have to do, I have to do a trick for Zul'janim because Zul'janim is just hopping on, and also I haven't seen Zul'janim in a while. So actually, I'm gonna do. Let me see. You know what? We're gonna do this one for Zul'janim. So you know what? We are extending stream a little bit because I've got to do this for Zul'janim. So, uh, okay, hold on. We're gonna do this, and then I'm gonna move this up a little bit, and then okay, hang on. Okay, and then we're gonna follow. What's gonna be our money card to follow? Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades seems good. Okay. All right. All right, I'm Uni. Welcome in. How's it going? I'm Uni. Well, who is Zuljanim? Asks I'm Uni. Zuljanim says, "Hi, slave." Man, these are the jokes that I have sometimes missed. Um, so, guys, if you are unaware, I'm Uni helped create or instigate really this emote, one of my favorites, the lol. I think is because it was screen captured, and that was is actually me laughing. So that's what. But you know what Uni's name is? I'm Zuja Slave. Yes, yes. Uni's. Yeah, that's right. So Uni. I'm Uni. Uni's name is not like it's says in Korean. Yeah. All right, you explained it. I didn't need to. Also, guys, if you're not following our friend Zuljanim, please give Zuljanim a follow. Zuljanim is a wonderful pianist from Korea. And for anybody who's not in the know, Amuni is Zuljanim's mod, or one of. But okay, all right. Thank you for the shout out. No problem. Okay, all right. Where was I? Oh, yes. So we're going to be performing this trick. So this bonus trick. Hopefully, I don't mess this up. All right. So I have 4 cards here, and this is one of those tricks where um, you need to follow the money card. Okay, and so that's the name of the game. And so here, these cards hopefully will make it very easy for you to follow the money card because this card is blank, so don't follow this one. This card is blank, so don't follow that one. But this one is the money card because this one is the money card, and then this one is blank as well. Okay, and so all right, now here's what we're going to do. I'm going to turn the packet face. Actually, wait. Oh no, no, no. I want it like this. Okay, so if I have this card, it's third from the bottom, right? So if I was to reverse count them, you would now guess that it is second from the top, right? Is that right? But I'm going to show you that no, it is actually blank. That's not where it is. Well, where is it? Well, it's actually here on the bottom. I know, that's super strange. But look, if it's on the bottom and I reverse count the cards, where would it be? A lot of people would say it's on the top. But actually no, it's actually second from the top. I know it's hard to follow because I have 4 cards. So let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and take one card away, one of the blank cards. And let me go ahead and show you, well, try and guess where uh, the ace is, the money card. Some people say that it's on the top, and I would show you that no, that's actually not on the top. Some people say it was on the bottom, and so if I show you that, that's not actually on the bottom. And then some people say, oh, it must be the remaining card that was in the middle, and I would say, no, that's not actually the card in the middle. Now, a lot of people would then say, oh, it must be over here. And I'm like, no, 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 this is actually the red herring because I want you to think that it's over here. It's actually over here on the bottom. See? Here's the money card. Now, some people may have thought that was fooling, but I'm just going to let you know that this trick is called red herring, and you may not know what a red herring looks like. And so let me show you what the red herring looks like. It may look like this. And that, my friends, is roughly what... Oh, let me put the heat map on its eye. Yeah, there we go. It almost looks like a monocle, right? Like, there we go. Yeah, there we go, right there. It's really hard to hold it steady. And that, my friends, is the red herring. Okay, all right. Wow, says Zillion. Lol says I'm Uni. It looks like Uni. Thank you kindly for the claps, E-room. Lol says Zul Zuljanim. Oh man. Oh, I'm glad you guys came in and popped in to say hi. That was this is hilarious. You know, Uni, if I have to thank you for taking a screenshot of me, and this is my emote for lol. If anybody wants to take a screenshot right now, you can return the favor. Make an emote for I'm Uni. There you go. All right. I know Silbun says AMA sleep now, but it was amazing watching the stream again. Thanks for stopping in, Sealbun, and good night. Night night. All right. And oh yes, this name is back to Twitch, by the way. Awesome. So that means doing the shout out was appropriate. And Zuja can do it. All right, excellent. Okay, cool. So let's see. I've gone on a little bit longer than I wanted to. We were going to wrap up, but I'm glad I did that extra bonus trick, and then we're going to go ahead and do this trick now. Actually, before I do this trick, we're going to do the outro, and then we will do the finale trick. Also, if I mess up the finale trick, I'm not going to end on a trick that I mess up on. So we will do another trick if I mess this up, but hopefully I don't. But anyway, I just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. Hopefully you guys had fun. I want to thank everybody who interacted with the stream, whether you chatted in chat, did some emotes, did a sound alert, requested a trick, clicked on, chose a card. Um, Zulja says, Uni, don't be sad. You're a little more handsome. Oh, man. Thank you to all the lurkers out there, because magic is one of those rare art forms where if I'm just practicing magic alone at home, there's no magic happening. The magic has to happen in your mind. Um, I want to also say everything that you've seen here tonight has also been sleight of hand magic, because none of it was real magic, none of it was sorcery, none of it was deals with the devil, even though we did that one devil card trick. But uh, everything was sleight of hand and performance. And so, also, if you still think it's real magic, perfect cover story, sleight of hand. If I had real magic, why would I just do card magic? Anyway. um, Also, let's give some mod love to our mods tonight, guys. If you're not following our friend and mod, Chan the Magic Man. Chan the Magic Man, one of the other few magicians on Twitch that does magic on Magic Mondays. So give him a follow. Catch him tomorrow. And if you catch him other times, he might be playing retro games or playing Grand Theft Auto. But otherwise, yeah, definitely give Chan a follow. Also, if you're not following our friend and mod, Gibson Lens, pianist and composer, has recently released his first album of his original compositions some months ago. I say some because it's now out of the few because we just hit a new month. But definitely, you can actually listen to the album right there. It's the Ungilded link tree. It's free to listen to on all music platforms that you find there. So definitely check it out. Um, but also, if you guys want to see more of me and I'm not around, check out my YouTube channel because I have over 300 magic tricks on my YouTube channel. I'm also making other content now. I posted a board game thing. If you are a parent and like Bluey, I basically just ripped apart a Bluey board game and then I redesigned it, hopefully to be much better than the original, and making it more appropriate to the episode on which the board game is based. So that's my latest video. But otherwise, I still have a lot more magic tricks and stuff coming. So yeah, if you want to see any of the VODs that fall off retention here on Twitch, I put all my VODs on this other channel now, so they're not all in the same place. And then let's see here. I think that is everything. So, all right. So let's get to this finale trick, and then the plan is to find somebody to raid, and then we'll go from there.
Let's do the audio check as
Hold
usual.
on. That was me doing my audio. I was clicking to my channel, but that was the beginning of my stream, I guess. So hold on. Okay, I have a Twitch window up, so now I can see other people. All right, here we go. So I want you to imagine. Oh, hold on. Let me move that there. Okay. I want you to imagine that these are all jokers. And then also, I want you to imagine that maybe this one is not a joker and this one's a queen of clubs. And so you can just imagine that. That's okay. Uh, you're not actually seeing this. This is all in your imagination. Ooh. I also want you to imagine that maybe all the jokers are blue backed and that the queen of clubs is red backed. I just want you to imagine. That's. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to take that queen of clubs. I'm going to place it underneath the table. I'm going to go ahead and throw it. I don't know if you could tell, but my hand that's coming back up is empty now. I threw it through the table, through the mat, through my hand, and it came back into the packet. I know it's really hard to believe, but take a look. It's back. I don't know if you can tell, but look. Here, the queen of clubs is back. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to take it and place it underneath the table. I'm going to throw it. I don't know if you could tell. My hand that's coming back is empty. It went through the table, through the mat, through my hand, back into the packet. Because take a look. I know, we're going to do that one more time. One more time. And then we're going to throw it. I don't know if you could tell, but my hand's coming back empty. Threw it through the table, through the mat, through my hand, back into the packet. Because, look, here it is. Now remember at the beginning of the trick, I told you to imagine that the blue back cards were jokers and that the red back card was the queen of clubs. Well, you had a pretty good imagination because I think you really believed it. But if I show you what was actually on this card, the red back card, there was no queen of clubs. It's actually blank. There's no queen of clubs at all. But actually, I think you had a very good imagination too, because I think I also told you to imagine that all the cards were jokers, right? But if we take a look at all of these blue back cards, they are also all blank. There's no jokers on any of them. And that, my friends, I will call a successful finale. And we can wrap up the stream on that good note. Successful performance, I'd say. Sydney, aka Coco, thank you so much for the nice and welcome in. How's it going, Sydney? Hopefully you're doing well. Just in time for the very end of the stream. Guys, you're not following our friend Sydney. Sydney, aka Coco, yeah, is a streamer, streams the outdoors, and is also a friend of the Twitch Magic community. So definitely gives Sydney a follow. And I'm Uni, thank you kindly for the claps. E-Room, thank you kindly for the claps. And E-Room's got the E-Room Sydney, aka Coco emote. Oh, so that's your emote, right? E-Room, right? Okay. For Sydney, thanks for the shout out. Yeah, no problem. My pleasure. We all about shouting out all the friends here, so for sure. All right. And let's see here. Okay, so I think with that, I would say minus the one snafu trick from earlier, everything else went fine and not bad. And so I think that was my first uh, stream celebrating my 3-year affiliate anniversary. So it was maybe my fourth or fifth stream for a 3-year Streamiversary because I was not good about remembering that. So, E-Room, happy late night. Yeah, this is what I do. I am a late night Sunday streamer. So originally, the impetus for choosing Sunday nights is that I occasionally would have had things uh, going on Friday nights or Saturday nights, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to stream on one of those nights, knowing that something, I might go out or something. And Tuesdays are out because also Tuesdays sometimes I would go and do a magic thing, and then also during the week when I was working. Now I'm unemployed, so I guess it matters less. But I figured I'll keep with the sleight of hand Sunday because it's built into my schedule now, basically. So anyway, all right, let's find somebody to raid. Let's see who's on. There are. I don't normally go this late, so there might be other people that I normally don't get to see that are on. Um, Let me see here. Wow, there's a lot of people on tonight. On my list, anyway. Let's see here. Oh, let me see. Hmm. Actually, wait. Let me just open up a tab really quick and just see. Uh, this person's been going on for. Nope. Okay. And wait. Ooh, when's the last time we rated this? Oh, you know what? We haven't rated this person in a while. Let's go over there. Open. Hold on. Mute. Let me just double check the spreadsheet really quick. I don't think we've rated this person in a bit, so we should raid her. Also, we mentioned her earlier tonight. Okay. All right, guys. We are going to be raiding into our friend 7 Senshi. So let's go over there. So let me just start the raid and then. Oh no, 7 Senshi has blocked raid, so she's probably ending soon too. Okay, never mind then. Um, let's see. When was the last time we were? You know what? Actually, let me see. Oh, okay. Nope, they're doing something. Oh, they've been going for a long time. Okay, actually, let's go over here. I've never rated this person. I think I've rated it in her once from someone else's stream. Okay. She has a ton of viewers. Who, 7 Senshi? Yeah, yeah, 7 Senshi. Yeah, I met 7 Senshi when I went to a TwitchCon Vegas a few years ago. So, all right, let's see. Let's go ahead and raid in. I've never raided this person, Claire Picks, but she's a musician. So let's start a raid going over there. And if anybody wants to copy a raid call, here's a raid call, here's a sub raid call. And if anybody is left behind, so another great stream, says Sydney. Thank you. Yeah, so I've rated over there. I've never rated over there myself. I was in other people's streams that rated over there, and I followed. I don't know if I've hung out properly over there, but I figured that was at least a good time to just say hi. All right, cool, excellent. And so let's head over to Claire Picks, and she hasn't been going for a long time, so I think they'll still be there. So see you next time. Yep. Oh, and if anybody wants to hang out, I have my own Discord open now. So if anybody wants to come in and hang out, feel free. I post all of my stuff when I'm going live. I've been doing cooking streams on Twitch too, just randomly. So thank you for the stream. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Uni, Zuljanim, Sydney, everybody else who was in here earlier. So, wow, cooking. Yes, I do cooking. I like cooking. Cooking's fun. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for coming in, and everybody take care of yourselves. Remember to hydrate, remember to stretch, and remember to get good sleep because it's really hard to get good sleep nowadays. So, all right, bye, everybody. Bye.